Funny, a COVID ad showed up.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hey, I'm FTFE and welcome back to the channel that does to stupidity whatever happens to flat earthers' nerves when they're supposed to come and debate an actual pilot. Because unfortunately, the flat earther is a no-show. Hayden Jones was supposed to be debating Robert Greenlee, who's like an actual real pilot and stuff, and you know, is going to be a good debate. He was on here before and he debated and absolutely wrecked it. Maybe Hayden saw that. Hayden and I had a discussion earlier today. We agreed about the time and everything. I've sent him both a Zoom link and a Google Meets link, both which are magically not working, even though Robert managed to connect perfectly. Well, why don't we say hello to the person that was going to be destroying a flat earther in debate today. Robert, hello, welcome back to the channel.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing?
Unfortunately, I think we had odds going that Hayden was going to chicken out. And
yes.
Sure enough, he is. He is looking at our messages saying, hey, why are you being a coward and chickening out? He's reading them, but he's not responding, even over Facebook Messenger. So obviously he's purposely not joining. He's not even saying, hey, it's not working. He's just ignoring us, even though he's reading the messages. So as expected, he's being a coward.
Yeah, an absolute coward. So I do apologize that there will be no flat earth debate tonight. But Robert, why don't you tell him what you were going to say? What evidence were you going to bring? Because obviously you've actually got a lot of evidence that most people don't have access to.
Yeah, I think we're just going to have a little bit of fun. And one of the things I told Hayden to incentivize him, because we were supposed to do this back in January, and I think the day before we were supposed to have this debate, he literally disappeared off the internet. He quit responding. In fact, he disabled his account for a period of time. So he popped up a couple months later. He started challenging us again and saying, hey, you guys need to debate me. Let's do it right now. He was insisting that we do it over using his control, his Zoom account, which is ironic that he wanted to have underneath his Zoom account, but yet he couldn't sign on to Zoom tonight.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of funny. So he fought us for days. He didn't want to have it on Craig's channel.
No.
He finally agrees.
He wanted an independent channel. Yeah, he demanded an independent platform, whilst then saying that he was the one that was going to be in control of the Zoom link and stuff. Now, yes, I do think the Earth is a globe based on the monumental amount of evidence, but that's irrelevant. If I am the moderator for a debate, I am the independent platform. I am the one that is not in the debate, and he didn't quite understand that because he kept asking for independent, but demanding he would be in charge. And he did phone me earlier, and I talked to him around. I was like, look, I'll be fair, and we had a discussion, and he said that he would come, but I think it was all bollocks, and I think he had no intention of being here, because I find it very unbelievable that you can't click a Zoom or a Meets link to just join a call. They are flat earthers, but you know.
So one thing I promised him that if he wussed out and didn't show up, because he's been kind of trolling the official Flat Earth discussion group, which I'm a moderator in, and I promised him that I was going to ban him from that group if he showed up. So we're going to do that tonight to have a little bit of fun. We're going to kick him out of this group and any other groups I can find.
Let's do it.
I have control over, so I'll share my screen out.
You get to see some live banning of flat earthers for chickening out in the debate. He's seen the messages that I've been sending him, and he's totally ignoring them.
Oops, you're going to have to enable me to do a screen share.
Sugar, yeah. I haven't actually turned that on because flat earthers can also not be trusted.
Yeah, trust. I'm not going to, put Pornhub up on your feed and get you in trouble.
All right, he's now sending me a Google Meets link.
Well, you could try it real fast. See if you can get a hold of him.
He doesn't get to be in charge. He has to join my.
Oh, link. True. Yep. All right, so let's go through and ban him here. Share out my screen. Let me know once you have it up.
Yeah, it's up. That's on the screen.
All right. So this is how easy it is to ban somebody from a group. Come in here, say remove, and block. That was so much fun.
Let's do it again.
One thing. Sorry, go ahead.
Do it again. Block him again.
It's only done once.
Just find another group.
He used to be
in
another group, but it looks like he left. Actually, I think what we can have some fun doing tonight is this is kind of a new group that we've kind of trolling the past couple of days. Pallets and friends supporting the flat Earth. The problem is there actually is no flat Earth pallets in there. So we've been kind of recruiting a bunch of people in there. There's several of us of our pilots went in there and started, basically very nicely and politely, they actually giving them real information. And they started whining for Pilot LX is the guy who owns this group. And we come to find out that he's not actually a pilot, he's a flight attendant. He had all this footage. Yeah, he had all this footage in the cockpit. Yeah. So we're like wondering, how are they getting all this footage from the cockpit? Well, after the recent crashes where a suicidal pilot locked the other pilot out of the cockpit, it's now mandatory that anytime a pilot leaves the cockpit, a flight attendant has to go in there, that there's two people in the cockpit at all times.
Right.
So that's how he got access to the cockpit.
I bet they regret. I bet they regret that. Yeah. I mean, I think even flight attendants should have some basic knowledge of the Earth. What if there's an emergency and they have to know how to do something? How can you? Oh my God! I'm a pilot. No, being in a plane does not make you a pilot. Just like driving a car doesn't make you Michael Schumacher.
So something I thought was kind of fun is, let me bring this up here. This is ForeFlight, so this is a actual real-world pilot planning tool that a lot of pilots around the world use. There's about 3 different ones. ForeFlight is it's like ForeFlight, the Jeppesen applications, and there's one other that most pilots around the world use. And I planned a flight from Barbados over to I think St. Vincent over here. And what was kind of fun is they added on a feature recently where you can preview what the flight would actually look like if you were flying it.
Yeah.
So one thing I thought was interesting, and of course this is a simulation, so we're not going to say, yeah, this is what it's actually going to look like in real life. But you can actually watch as you get out over the ocean, Thomas, and you look. If you see St. Vincent way out there in the distance, hey, you start seeing more and more and more of it. I don't know how well it's coming across the street.
Are you sharing that to us? I still. Sorry.
Be.
No, I hadn't. Right, my bad. It's not up refreshed on here. It's still showing you blocking them. Zoom
okay. But it actually simulates as you're coming across the curvature and you start seeing more and more of the island. I thought that was kind of neat, even though it's technically a simulation.
Yeah.
So I was going to show that to him. Maybe he's watching. That's kind of an interesting tool that they gave us pilots, because a lot of times I live in the kind of Rocky Mountain area, and this will actually allow me to plan out a flight and virtually fly it on the iPad, so I can actually match up what I'm seeing or have an idea what I'm going to see when I'm actually doing the flight for real.
Yeah. Because
a lot of times flying around the mountains, for example, you don't want to go down a blind canyon. because if you go down the canyon and there's a dead end, you may not have room to turn around and head back out the other direction.
Right. Hayden is resending me. I've sent him a Google Meets link, and he's resending me the same Google Meets link. Like, I don't understand.
He's playing a game.
Yeah.
He wants to have control over it. He probably disagreed with you, so that you say, okay, let's do this. Then he's going to pull this game where I can't get in with your link. You have to use my link. So yeah, it's absolutely a game that he's playing. So I don't know. People in the audience, what else do you think you wanted that we can basically play around with and show you guys here?
I don't know. Sorry, everyone's talking about me sharing the wrong thing on my screen. That was my bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Why is it not actually sharing the right box? I don't know why it won't share the right screen. This is annoying. Bear with me while I make this do what it's supposed to do.
All right.
Right, now if I change screen, it should stay. There we go. That's better. Sorry. No, now it's not even showing your face. I think my maybe it's because I've got Meets open as well. I don't know. It won't let me share the correct screen for you. So bear with me. I'll have to just show it on here. I'm going to bring this.
I don't know how Craig does this because the conversation that Craig and I are having is about 5-second delayed from what the actual YouTube stream. So I'm like trying to watch the stream and then listen to him, and it really messes with your mind.
All right, there we go. I've got the screen sorted now. For some reason, it won't pick up the actual Zoom call, but there you go. Right, so yeah, guys, unfortunately, there won't be a destruction of a flat earther tonight because they are absolute cowards. And clearly very afraid of Robert and me. What do you think in the audience? Do you think that he had any intention of ever actually showing up? Yes or no? Because I don't think he had ever any intention of showing up. He's literally seen my messages now, but he won't join. I don't know why. Let me try once more. Are you joining? What we do is we give him 5 minutes, and if he doesn't join, we'll have to just call it a night. And that's all there is, guys, because I'm sorry. I try. I really, really try. We were supposed to have a debate earlier between Flat Earther, Seek Truth, Speak Truth, and F'd Up World, but there was a family emergency with Seek Truth, Speak Truth, so that's had to be postponed. So I was looking forward to this one. I don't get any Flat Earth debates tonight. That's not fair. He's literally stopped responding to me now. I think he's just hidden off of line. No one in the chat seems to think he was actually going to turn up, so I don't know. I'm sorry, guys, that it's disappointing when no Flat Earther shows up. I don't know what to say, really.
Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's look at this stupid Pilots and Friends group. Maybe we can find some good stuff to laugh at. And everybody in the audience, if you could, throw Craig a little bit of support, I know he'd appreciate it.
Display one would actually... It's always disappointing. It really is. You got that Nintendo Switch, bro. What? Boo. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. The batch's in there. He's promoting our Dungeons and Dragons channel, so check that out. Sorry, I'm a little distracted because I'm trying to talk to him on the side.
Yeah, well, if you need to take a break, Craig, I'll kind of keep people semi-entertained here. And you can try to give him, he's now 25 minutes late, but you can give him one more chance.
I will call him one last time.
All right. So let's see if we can find any
one that I'm
fun stuff here in this group.
Yeah, he's not online anymore because the call isn't even connecting.
Yeah, so he purposely bailed.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. Because Craig and I were talking about this earlier.
It's ringing.
I was kind of debating, do I even try to prepare for this debate? Because
he's hung
debate
up.
I did.
Everyone saw that. It rang and then it's gone to no answer, which means that he's hung up. He's bailed. I don't think ever had any intention of actually turning up. That's it. What an absolute coward. So basically, you got to come and watch a fancy shiny intro, and that's about it, guys. I'm sorry. I I didn't prepare anything like to do because I didn't, this wasn't just supposed to be a random stream. I prepared to host a debate, so I've got nothing else for you. I should prepare some backup stuff in the future, shouldn't I?
Are there any flat earthers in the audience who have any questions they want answered?
Oh, all the flat earthers are running away. That's it. Coward confirmed. Yeah, absolutely right. I've given him more than enough chances. I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
So
Hulken Break asked a question of whether or not we can my questions that flat earthers have. I think my favorite one is, why don't you have to nose down the airplane? And I seem to think that flat earthers think that airplanes have rocket engines on them and they can keep climbing higher and higher and higher with unlimited amount of power. But that simply isn't the case, because when you're flying an aircraft and you reach cruising altitude, the pilot will set the power, the amount of power they want to have for cruising, and they essentially use what we call elevator trim. And that trim essentially sets the airplane, the amount of elevator travel, your pitch, to maintain that altitude. But it's not really maintaining a particular altitude, it's maintaining a pressure level. So everybody knows, except for Flerfs, that we have a pressure gradient, and as you go up in altitude, the air pressure gets lower and lower and lower. So when you get up to altitude and you set your power and you set your trim, the aircraft is going to maintain that pressure altitude level. So if I say I want to be at 35,000 feet, and say that's 6 psi of pressure, it's going to maintain that. Even if we get the aircraft trimmed, if you purposely, for example, push the yoke forward, make the airplane drop, and then let go, the airplane will naturally come back up to the altitude where you set it at. So when they say you have to push the nose down, really there's no conscious effort of pushing the nose down to maintain an altitude. It's just once the aircraft is trimmed to maintain that pressure altitude, it'll now naturally follow the curvature of the Earth because it wants to maintain that pressure above sea level. So every time they say that, it's like, I'd have to have unlimited power to keep climbing higher and higher in altitude.
Yeah.
So there is no... Yeah,
you can't create enough thrust going up if there's no atmosphere to help you go up. And the stupidity of when they say, oh well, the plane should just go off into space, it blows my mind, because I've actually heard the same argument about submarines, that they think that a submarine, if it's going in a straight line, should just surface and then come out of the water. But like a plane, a submarine will follow a pressure gradient. Once you've got the trim set correctly in your submarine, you got your ballast all right, then you're going to stay in that band. There's quite a lot to keep the ballast completely correct in the submarine. It's not quite as simple as just changing water. There's a lot more to it. But once you've got it correct and you manage to keep it trimmed, you stay in that pressure band. And then when you want to rise, you change your density. But oh god, flat earthers are going to take that. It's density. Just like a plane won't go off into space when it's just flying level, a submarine won't do that either, because physics is actually a thing.
And per Hammerstrom, you are correct. We don't normally look at it in PSI, but it's something easy for them to understand.
Yeah.
That's a good point there.
Let me see.
What other kind of a common aviation?
We've got Richard Pudasev. Richard Pudasev said. Richard Pudasev for $5 says, would have loved to see Robert wreck the Flerf as a pilot in training. It pisses me off to no end when Flerfs try to use flight to justify their stupidity. Yeah. My favorite one, or one of the ones I hate the most, actually, not really favorite, is, oh, well, what about these emergency flight routes, the emergency flight stop places? That's impossible on the globe. Have you seen that argument?
Oh, yeah. And I'll go through and I'll actually plan the flight out using the real world tools. It actually makes more sense on the globe model, because they never factor in the Great Circle routes. No. So they're just trying to take Gleason's map and draw a line from point A to point B and saying, look, it doesn't match up to where the closest location would be. But when they actually map it out on the globe, it does make more sense.
Yeah.
So I've done that a couple of times. I had prepared, like you always get, and hopefully this comes up here pretty quickly. I don't know if you can zoom in on my screen a little bit again.
Yeah. He keeps sending me a Google Meets link. Join
Mr.
the
X, Mr. Y, I just fly general aviation. Cessnas, Diamond Stars. I'm not a commercial pilot.
Let me get that meets link for him again because he's bloody useless. Oh, now he's phoning me. Now,
I guess you can give him one more shot.
Yeah. Why is it not connecting the call? There we go. Hello, Hayden. Yeah, the Google one I sent you, that's called Google Meets. You can literally just join in your browser. And what you have to click the link that I've sent you and then it'll open up in your Google Meets. Do you have a phone from like 1990s or something? You have an iPhone 6 Plus and it's still, well, like Hayden, frankly, dude, Zoom and Google Meets are two of the easiest things to join. I don't know how you are specifically having so much issue when no one has ever had issue joining. Okay. Well, I can't keep. I'll give you another 5 minutes. Okay. Oh. He's just saying that it's not working. It doesn't join, and he doesn't know how to use Google Meets.
Well, maybe he is having an issue joining over dial-up speeds.
My goodness me. Um, Wait, can I? No, 'cause if I brought in, I was thinking maybe I could bring in um his feed from Facebook Messenger, but then I would have two audio outs going, which would make it loop, and I couldn't do that. Oh,
Yeah.
oh. Like, I'm sorry.
We give him a second. This is kind of the infamous Fletcher Gleason's map.
Yes.
We take that flight from LA to New York, which is about 2151 nautical miles. And if I go and here's the nonstop flight from Sydney to Santiago, if you go through and it's on the globe map, it's 6,135 nautical miles, which is about 12 hours of flying. But if you draw it on Gleason's and you extrapolate that distance from LA to New York across that one, it's about 5.5 times longer, which is over 12,000 nautical miles. There isn't an airliner flying that can actually fly that route.
No,
so that's
because
why they
fuel's a
always
thing.
claim is that the flight doesn't exist, because if they acknowledge that the flight exists, then they debunk themselves.
Yeah, I know, and like we always give them a large list of those particular flights, and then they go, no, well, I've never been on it." Wait,
Yeah.
that means it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But interestingly, as you do have the Gleason's map there, it's always fun to point out that the person that came up with that, Alexander Gleason, in the patent for said map, said it was based on a globe.
Yeah. And not only that, he also said that distances are only accurate on Gleason's map from the center point outwards.
Outwards, yeah, exactly.
He says that for laterally or longitudinally, the distances are grossly wrong, because the whole map was designed to tell time, to identify time zones.
Exactly.
It was never designed to be an accurate navigation map.
P. Barnes for $5 says, after the live booting he received, we need to introduce Hayden to Howard so they can start a We Were Censored support group. Yeah, Howard censors me now by blocking me on his Twitter whenever I challenge him to another debate. Which is a shame because he was a dumpster fire and a half. And then we've got Dr. Peel. You should be in Matt Powell's backyard. What are you doing? For $2 says, oh, here's a YouTube video with water on a ball. Yeah, I've got actually links to an entire playlist of water sticking to a spinning ball on my in my about section, I think. But no, I've given him time. He hasn't turned up, so we're going to call it a night for tonight, guys. I am incredibly sorry that there will be no destroying of a flat earther, but it's already 2:30 in the morning for me. So I'm not going to wait around for like another half an hour or something to give him the chance to join, because then it'll probably be like 6 in the morning before I even go to bed, and my wife will start throwing things at me, which isn't fun. So.
And sorry, all this is going to be fun because Hayden's been trolling the Flat Earth groups for a long time and always acts tough, and then he just, I mean, it's pretty obvious here that he purposely is not joining just to avoid it.
Yeah, he's useless, and we'll try and maybe set this back up and give it one more try, but I don't think Hayden's worth it. I don't think he'll be able to bring anything. But there will be another debate later in the week. I'll be bringing Mitchell from Illuminated Illusions back on, and I'll be hosting the ex-Flat Earther versus Flat Earther debate at some point, and the first of my 3-part series going over Eric Dubé's level, which the fact he calls it a movie is an insult to even something as bad as Deep Impact.
And actually, he makes a good point. Is everybody go out to the Level IMDb site and give them a nice, honest review. Because they've been fighting back and getting people to post fake positive reviews.
I've also been changing the descriptions over and over, just with little things that they don't notice. Like next to Eric Dubé, I put in brackets previous yoga fraud, and that stayed there for about 3 days before someone noticed it. And then I just keep like removing entire sections or changing names randomly and stuff. It's just fun.
Yeah, that's what's crazy about IMDb. There's absolutely no controls at all over
anyone can just modify things. And then you get people like Jay and Truth who's like, I'm on IMDb. Yeah, so what? Yeah. I could put myself on IMDb tomorrow. It's no big deal.
Oh yeah, that one he posted got absolutely destroyed. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Anyway, we are going to get out of here. I will see you soon, guys. Thanks for coming, Robert. I really appreciate you actually taking the time to turn up and not being a complete dumbass and knowing how to click a link. Thank you very much, guys, for the super chats. I'm probably going to take away this. I won't keep this one up because there's no debate. I'm sorry, but I will try and rearrange it, and we'll see you all next time. Remember, stupidity is not a right. Fight the Flat Earth. Fight the flat. Fight the flat.
Good night, everybody.
Fight the flat. David 499 says, "Here's a small something for the effort. Catch you next time." Thank you, guys. Fight the flat. Fight the flat.